Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I have something pretty awesome for you tonight. I know I say that almost every time. I like to think I'm doing a decent job, but this is very special. This is by Goose Island, a brewery I have not reviewed or drank much of. This is the Pere, Jacques, or Jacques. I don't know how you say it exactly, but this is not only a very nice interpretation of a Belgian double from these guys. This is a cellared 2 years now, almost 2 years, 2013 edition of this Belgian style Abbey Ale. For those of you that are not familiar with Goose Island, they started in 1988. The founder is John Hall. He took a trip through Europe, tasting all sorts of ales and beers throughout, and came back and decided he was going to start a brewery. This started in 1988 in Chicago, Illinois. He made a pretty huge empire, I guess you could say, in the beer brewing world with Goose Island. I believe, actually, I know Goose Island was purchased by InBev. I was very sorry to hear that. You know, I'm usually really sorry to hear when InBev has swallowed up another great brewery. But I will say this. I have not noticed a quality change myself since the purchase. But I will also say I've never had the Bourbon County stouts that everybody loves so much, or the Bourbon County beers that everybody seems to love so much, and those are the ones I think you hear little complaints that they're not as good. But I've never had them. I didn't previously have them, so I couldn't really be a judge of that. I know I've had this before. I bought 2 of this when I found it. It really was not a bad price for being cellared and being as rare as they are to find now this year anyway. It was really actually very affordable for me. This comes in at 8.7% ABV, 26 IBUs. Let's see, it's got an 88 rating on Beer Advocate, and it has a 97 overall on Rate Beer, and a 99 for Style. Let me read a little bit of the back to you. It says, develops in the bottle for up to 5 years, contains live yeast a sediment may form. This was bottled on 13th of November 2013. Serve in a it's a Belgian sort of a chalice type. The picture describes. Give you another look at this. It's a 765 milliliter bottle, so it's a big one. They weren't playing with the size of these. They are capped, not corked. Let's go ahead and pop this and see what it looks like with a pour. Oh, that lid does not come off easily with that seal around it. Probably one of the hardest ones I've ever had to open when it comes to just a regular cap, but it is because of the foil around the top. Get a little bit more of this off. I don't want to drink it. Alright. Let's go ahead and get a pour and see what this wonderful beer looks like. I hope I've got the light right. I've been messing with lights a lot lately, and I can't seem to get it just how I want. I may need to buy some more. I'm not really sure, but alright, so that looks like some, I don't know, liquid caramel. Pretty much that color. I'm going to put a light, not behind it, because it's not very accurate that way, but I want to get a light so if you can't see it now, you can kind of maybe get a, I don't know, maybe I'll just go behind it to let you get a, it is like a very burnt sort of a, I don't know, I guess you'd say like sunrise or sunset, more like a sunset, that really dark, deep, sort of an amber orangish color. The head was only about a half a finger to start. I wasn't very aggressive, but it has mainly receded. It does have, though, a lot of little tiny bubbles, and the color was is a very sort of, let me see, gotta be careful, I've got it a little bit full here. It is a very dark sort of a head. I mean, even the head looks like a caramel color, a lighter caramel to be sure, but it's pretty dark color for not being like a stout. I've seen stouts with whiter heads for sure. Let's go ahead and get a nose, see what this one smells like. You get a little bit of that Belgian style yeast in the scent. A little bit of that peppery, clovey sort ofness. Maybe a little bit of the fruity esters. A little tiny bit of banana. But it's followed quickly by a delicious caramel roasted malt. Some like toasty biscuit. Slightly sweet, bready, some dark fruits like fig, some raisin, toffee. Oh, a sweet, buttery kind of a toffee scent. Smells wonderful. Let's get a taste of this one. See what it tastes like. Oh. Very heavy mouthfeel. Really, really heavy, really thick. You get those figs for sure. The raisin. That kind of a caramelized sugar. Toffee. A little bit of the fruity, the lighter fruity from the Belgian esters. A little tiny bit of like a, I don't know, tropical fruit like a banana, some banana. Almost no detectable bitterness whatsoever from the hops. Just enough to curb the sweetness that this would have had. Oh, that toffee. That's the main smell I get, is like that really rich, sort of a, I don't know, English toffee. That really dark sort. Sweet and just that nutty, biscuity. Oh, that smells so good, and it tastes so good. This is, I don't know, this is most definitely one of the best beers I have ever had. I've had a lot of beers over the last 2 to 3 years that I've gotten really into craft brewing. This is just, it really is a very top beer for me. Lots of tiny, tiny bubbles, almost like effervescent. Effervescent. Say that correctly. I wish you could see just lots of tiny, tiny little bubbles. This is almost like dessert in a bottle. Let me see. On the website it says, brewed with loads of malt and Belgian yeast, Pere Jacques is a wonderfully fruity, malty ale. Its complex flavors stand shoulder to shoulder with the Belgian doubles enjoyed in the world's finest beer bars. At the dining table, it's perfect alternative to a glass of vintage port. It says the color is warm molasses, and I can't agree more, actually. I was looking for a name for that color, and that is what it looks like. Some nice warm molasses, or like a deep maple syrup kind of a color. And it does actually have some of that molasses taste in it also. The hops are Saaz and First Gold. The malts are two-row, wheat, caramel, rye flakes rather, Special B, and they use some candy sugar, Belgian candy sugar, of course. It says the cheese pairings are aged Gouda and Stilton. Again, the cellaring notes develops in the bottle for up to 5 years. And this one, I had this last year, the same year, the 2013, and it is definitely better now after being a year older. Like, most definitely, it has done nothing but improve. Like, if you can get a hold of a couple of these, if you can find them, keep them for a year or two if you can. I don't know. I have one more, and I will try to make it last as long as I can. Perhaps I'll try to make another review of it and see if there's any differences, but perhaps I'll just drink it one day when I really want to. It's going to be hard to hold off. It is very, very delicious. I have not done this many times, and I don't even rate every time. I tend to try to rate a beer if it is very good, and I honestly, I have to give this a 99 out of 100. 9.9 if you want to go to the scale of 10. This is just, I mean, it's just shy of perfect. The only tiny, not even a flaw, but something, the only thing that detracts that 1% from me is a tiny, tiny bit of extra sweetness. If it was just a tiny bit drier, this would probably be perfect. At 8.7% ABV, it's probably not the strongest Belgian ale out there, but this is a really big bottle. So I'm going to let it warm up a bit, enjoy this thing for a while. Let's see, one more thing I wanted to say. This is a limited release. It only comes out once a year. Now, I don't know that they made it this year. I haven't seen a 2015. I didn't see a 2014. 2013 might have been the last year they released it. I'm going to look into that just so I can know. If you're curious, look into it too. If any of you know the answer to that question, please post it below. You guys are always great. I thank you for watching my videos. I hope that I can continue to make lots of great videos for you. Please hit that like button below. Leave any comments or any questions you have for me, or any ales you would like me to try. I will continue to try to make the video quality better, the sound quality better. You guys have a nice night. Cheers from a very happy Belgian fan.